last 9. 15 and 11 to the under overall for the year. Memphis on the other side, 7 and 4 to the under when traveling. I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it down, and lean toward the home chalk in this one. Give me OKC -6 and the under 219 in that matchup. Next game, it is going to be Orlando taking on the Nuggets. 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Denver. The Nuggets are the 9.5-point favorite, total at 203.5. We saw a 1-point move toward Denver and movement downward on the total. The Nuggets open 8.5 up to -9.5. Total open 204 down to 203 and a hook. 59% are leaning Nuggets, 81% shaded toward the over. Right now Orlando's plus 405 on the money line. Orlando is just 3 and 13 straight up as the underdog this year. They failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4 games. They're ranking in the bottom 3 in scoring, bottom 3 in offensive field goal percentage. They're scoring just 103 points per contest, and they're just 4 and 9 straight up on the road. Now, a couple more things to add about Orlando. The ranking in the bottom 10 in defending the 3-ball, bottom 5 in road scoring, bottom 5 in road offensive 3-point percentage. This Orlando squad's just 12 and 15 straight up overall for the year. Now, Denver on the other side, very good at home. They've been good at home over the past couple of seasons, and this year is no exception. They're 11 and 3 straight up in the Mile High City, 3 and 1 against the spread in their last 4 matchups. They're allowing just 101 points per contest, and they're in first place in the Northwest Division, 17 and 8 straight up overall for the year. Nikola Jokic, 17 points a game, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Jamal Murray, 17 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for him. And Will Barton, 15 points a game, 7 rebounds on average. This Denver team is first in the association in points allowed, first in defensive 3-point percentage, and they rank in the top 10 in defensive rebounding. Now, Denver's 70% to the under in their last 10, 9 and 5 to the under at home. I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and take the Nuggets -9 and the under 203.5 in that matchup. Next game, Celtics, Mavericks, 9:30 Dallas. The Celtics are the 2-point favorite, total at 218.5. Saw a 1-point move toward Boston and movement upward on the total. The Celtics open as the 1-point favorite, up to -2. Total open 216, up to 218 and a hook. 62% are leaning Boston, 65% shaded toward the over. Right now, Dallas is plus $110 on the money line. Now, of course, Dallas is without Luka Doncic. He's out indefinitely. They're just 6 and 8 against the spread at home this year. 4 and 6 straight up in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with the Celtics, if you're into historical trends. Now, this Dallas squad allowed 119 points per game on average in their last 2. Now, Boston on the other side, 6 and 3 straight up in their last 9. 5 and 3 against the spread in their last 8. They're just 1 game back of first place in the Atlantic Division. They are 17 and 7 straight up on the year. Kemba Walker's averaging 23 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Tatum, 21 points a game, 7 rebounds. And Jaylen Brown, 19 points a game, 7 rebounds for him. Boston, very, very good when favored. And as a matter of fact, they are 14 and 3 straight up as the official Vegas favorite. They're 16 and 8 against the spread overall for the year. Top 5 in points allowed. Top 3 in defensive field goal percentage on the road. Now, Boston's 2-0 to the over in their last couple of games. 5 and 3 to the over in their last 8. 3 out of Dallas's last 3 got over the number themselves. They're also 17 and 9 to the over for this season. I'm going to lean toward the road favorite in this one. Give me Boston -2 and the over 218.5 in that game. Of course, I'm going to slide in my next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Warriors taking on the Blazers. 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Portland. The Blazers are the 9.5-point favorite, total at 219. So a half a point move toward Portland and movement downward on the total. The Blazers open 9 up to 9.5. Total open 222 down to 219. 71% are leaning Portland, 69% shaded toward the over. Right now the Warriors are plus 415 on the money line. Now the Warriors have been awful this year, but not so bad against the spread. They are competitive with regard to the point spread. And as a matter of fact, they're 8 and 8 against the spread on the road this year. That's probably a lot better than what you may have thought. They have successful covers over the likes of Utah and Chicago recently. Their defense is allowing just 107 points per contest on average in their last 8. D'Angelo Russell, 22 points a game, 6 assists, Eric Pascal, 16 points a game, 5 rebounds. And Glenn Robinson, 12 points a game, 5 boards for him. Now, Portland on the other side, they failed to cover in 6 out of their last 8. They failed to cover against the likes of Phoenix, OKC, and Chicago during that stretch. They rank in the bottom 10 in points allowed, bottom 3 in defensive rebounding. They're also just 4-7 against the spread at home this year, 11-16 ATS overall for the season. They rank in the bottom 10 in home offensive field goal percentage, bottom 10 in points allowed at home as well. Now, the Blazers are 4-0 to the under in their last 4, 70% to the under in their last 10. The Warriors are 70% to the under in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it up, and take Golden State plus 10 and the under 219 in that game. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into our quick pick recap. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we went 5-1 yesterday in our premium picks on that website. I like Golden State plus 10 under 219, Boston minus 2 over 218.5, Denver minus 9 under 203 and a hook, Charlotte plus 3 under 213.5, OKC minus 6 under 219, Toronto minus 5 over 216.5, Miami plus 8 under 212 and a hook, Washington plus 1 over 230.5, and last but certainly not least, I like the Pelicans plus 9 and the over 231.5 in that contest. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. Shout out to GT, Thaddeus Pugh, Golden Rock 125, Billy Boogaloo, Donut _ Shout out to Jordan 15-11. Shout out to David Isaacson, Bonkman Dude 22, Andrew Gonzalez, Manroop Alaka, LJ2K, Young Ho Kookie, Vince Vaughn. Shout out to Vince Vaughn. Vince, I love your movies, and you were outstanding in the mid to late 2000s. Really appreciate your work. Love Wedding Crashers. So shout out to Vince Vaughn. Shout out to Malagos Tremont, Pedro Mayi, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to 88 Laron. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again, we had another amazing day yesterday, 5-1 in our premium picks on that site yesterday. That's going to put us at 60% in our last 30 board member package plays on that site. We're also hitting at 62% in our last 13 daily double package picks on that site as well. Now, what we do on that Patreon page is, instead of handicapping every single game on the board side and total like we do here on YouTube, we really focus in and nail down 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're premium picks, games that I personally have action on, high percentage selections. And I'll tell you this much, my current record on Patreon is a lot better than it is on YouTube, just handicapping every single game on the board, side and total. I'll tell you this much, if you were to gamble your hard-earned money on every single game on the board, side and total, in real life, you're guaranteed to lose in the long run. As a matter of fact, you're probably going to end up losing in the short run. Not a winning formula for success. The math is against you. The books are too sharp. They're too smart. They have way too much money to withstand the swings. So betting every single game, side and total, is not the way to go. Patreon, what we do, like I said, we focus in on 3 to 4 premium selections per day. And my current Patreon record is a whole lot better than it is throwing darts here on YouTube, handicapping every single game in total. You can check out that current record for free right now. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive into our Spanish edition, also known as Edición en Español. Tengo Golden State con puntos y los bajos, Boston -2 y las altas, Denver -9 y los bajos, Charlotte con puntos y los bajos, OKC -6 y los bajos, Toronto -5 y las altas, Miami con puntos y los bajos, Washington con puntos y las altas, y final Nueva Orleans con puntos y las altas. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. 5-1 yesterday on that site. But most importantly, guys, I do have to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day to you. And I look forward to seeing you on patreon.com/BrockPage.